Chapter 1. The Prodigy Gamer. Opening scene. The tournament. The virtual arena roared to life as Jordan Kim's fingers danced across his mechanical keyboard, his screen a blur of precision strikes and calculated dodges. The crowd in the Twitch chat exploded as his character, Void King, delivered the final headshot, eliminating the last opponent in the Solstice Championship qualifiers. And Jordan Kim takes it undefeated, again, the announcer shouted. Jordan smirked, running a hand through his dark tousled hair before leaning back in his custom gaming chair. The win was expected. He hadn't lost a solo match in 2 years. But then the interviewer's voice cut through his victory high. Jordan, critics say you're the best solo player, but you refuse to join a team. Are you afraid of relying on others? Jordan's smirk faded. Teams slow me down. I don't need dead weight. The backlash was instant. Enter Allison Park, the critic. Allison Park, a fiery game journalist for Next Gen Gaming, watched the interview from her tiny apartment, her laptop glowing in the dim light. She scoffed, fingers flying over her keyboard as she drafted her latest article. Void King's ego will be his downfall. Why Jordan Kim will never be a true champion. She hit publish and leaned back, unaware of the storm she'd just unleashed. Hush. Jordan's phone buzzed endlessly. Twitter notifications, Discord pings, his coach yelling at him for another PR disaster. Then he saw her article. Who the hell is Allison Park? He muttered, clicking her profile. Her bio read. Game journalist. Indie dev enthusiast. Believes gaming is about heart, not just skill. Jordan's pride burned. He'd met her instantly. Void King, nice hit piece. Ever won a tournament before writing about them? Allison, ever cared about anything besides yourself? Their argument spiraled. Public tweets, subtweets, the gaming world watching. Then the game-changing offer arrived. The ultimatum. A DM from Alex Carter, coach of the legendary esports team Titan Fury. You're the best, Jordan. But if you want to go pro, you need to prove you can play with a team, not just against them. 1 month. Pass our trials and you're in. Fail and you're just another solo Q star. Jordan's stomach dropped. He needed this. But teams meant trust. And trust meant weakness. Then an idea struck him. The challenge. He screenshot the DM and sent it to Allison. Void King, think I can't play on a team? Help me train. If I pass Titan Fury's trials, you admit I'm the best. If I fail, I'll promote your indie game to my 1 million followers. Allison hesitated. This was insane. But if she won, her struggling game Starlight Drift would get the spotlight it deserved. Allison, deal. But we do it my way. Jordan grinned. Game on. Chapter 2, The Bet. Opening scene, the gaming cafe showdown. Allison Park adjusted her glasses, gripping her laptop bag as she pushed open the door to Neon Nexus, the most popular gaming cafe in the city. The smell of energy drinks and overheated PCs hit her immediately, along with the hum of mechanical keyboards and excited chatter. She spotted him instantly. Jordan Kim lounged in a corner booth, his black hoodie pulled up, fingers tapping impatiently on the table. Even in the dim lighting, he looked unfairly attractive. Sharp jawline, confident posture, the kind of guy who knew he was good at everything. Allison took a deep breath. This is strictly professional. No distractions. She slid into the seat across from him. So, you actually showed up. Jordan smirked. Did you think I wouldn't? I figured you'd chicken out the second you realized teamwork requires listening to someone else. His smirk twitched. Oh, she was good. The first training session, disaster strikes. Jordan booted up his laptop. All right, let's get this over with. What's your plan, coach? Allison ignored his sarcasm and pulled up a custom team-based strategy game, not his usual solo shooter. Jordan frowned. This isn't my genre. Exactly. Titan Fury won't test you on what you already know. They'll throw you into unfamiliar territory to see if you can adapt. He scoffed but logged in. First drill. Communication exercise. Their objective. Capture 3 points on the map without voice chat. Only in-game pings. Jordan's approach. Rush in alone, ignore Allison's signals, die immediately. Allison groaned. You didn't even look at the map. I had it under control. Your corpse disagrees. Second drill, role assignment. E. Allison, support healer. E. Jordan, tank frontline fighter. A problem, he abandoned her to chase kills, leaving her defenseless. Allison slammed her palm on the table. You left me. You were slowing me down. That's the point of a team. You protect each other. Jordan clenched his jaw. No one had ever called him out like this. Enter the rival, Marcus Lee. A loud laugh cut through their argument. Wow. The great Void King getting schooled by a nobody. Jordan's head snapped up. Marcus Lee, his longtime esports rival, leaned against the next booth, arms crossed. Marcus was ranked number 2 in the region. Always just behind Jordan, always bitter about it. Allison blinked. You know him. Jordan's voice turned icy. Unfortunately. Marcus smirked. Heard you're trying out for Titan Fury. Cute. Too bad they already have a star player. He flicked a glance at Allison. And who's this? Your cheerleader. Allison didn't flinch. Allison Park. Journalist. Indie dev. And currently the only thing standing between him and total failure. Marcus raised an eyebrow. Ouch. Even your tutor roasts you, Kim. Jordan stood fists tight. We're done here. Marcus just laughed. Good luck at the trials. You'll need it. The aftermath. A fragile truce. Outside the cafe, the neon lights flickered as Allison and Jordan stood in tense silence. Jordan finally spoke. I don't need this. Allison crossed her arms. Then quit. But if you walk away, you're admitting Marcus is right. You can't handle real competition. Jordan's pride burned. He hated losing more than anything. Fine. One more try. But we do it my way this time. Allison rolled her eyes. Your way doesn't work. Then fix it. She paused. There was the smallest crack in his ego. He was asking for help. Allison sighed. Meet me tomorrow. And listen this time. Jordan hesitated, then gave a single nod. Chapter 3, Breaking Points. Opening scene, late night practice. The glow of dual monitors illuminated Allison's apartment, the only light in the room as she and Jordan hunched over their keyboards. It was past midnight, and the city outside her window had quieted to a hum. Third night in a row. Jordan rubbed his temples, frustration simmering. This is pointless. I don't get why we have to keep doing these stupid drills. Allison didn't look up from her screen. Because you keep failing them. A beat of silence. Then, Jordan sighed, leaning back. Fine. Explain it again. Allison blinked. That was the closest he'd gotten to actual surrender. She turned in her chair, studying him. Dark circles under his eyes, his usually perfect hair slightly messy from running his hands through it. He's exhausted. Her voice softened. Look, it's not about raw skill. You have that. It's about trust. She pointed at the screen. If you don't trust your teammate to cover you, you'll always be looking over your shoulder instead of forward. Jordan's jaw tightened, but he didn't argue. Allison hesitated, then nudged a cup of tea toward him. Drink this. It'll help you focus. He eyed it skeptically. What is it? Peppermint. Good for concentration. Jordan took a sip, then made a face. Tastes like toothpaste. Allison laughed, the sound bright in the quiet room. You're such a baby. Just drink it. A small smirk tugged at his lips. Yes, coach. The flashback. Why Jordan doesn't trust. The next morning, during a break at the cafe, Allison's fingers hovered over her keyboard. So, why don't you trust teammates? Jordan stiffened. None of your business. Allison shrugged. I'm just trying to understand. You don't have to tell me. Silence stretched. Then, I had a team once. Jordan's voice was low, rough. Back in high school. We were supposed to go pro together. Then our star player got a solo offer, and left the rest of us behind. Allison's breath caught. Jordan stared at his screen, jaw clenched. He was my best friend. The unspoken words hung between them, and he betrayed me. Allison didn't offer empty sympathy. Instead, she said quietly, not everyone's like that. Jordan met her eyes. Prove it. The duo tournament, sink or swim. Allison's solution? Throw him into the fire. She signed them up for Rift Rivals, a public duo tournament where they'd be live-streamed to thousands. Jordan paled when he saw the sign-up list. Marcus was competing. Are you trying to get me humiliated? Jordan hissed. Allison grinned. Yep. The tournament begins. First round, Jordan tries to carry alone, fails. Allison barely saves them. Second round, he listens to her callouts, they dominate. Is semifinals. Marcus's team trash talks them mid-game. Jordan almost snaps, but Allison's hand on his arm steadies him. Ignore them. Play our game. They win. Finals, a close match. Jordan's instincts scream at him to go rogue, but this time he hesitates. Glances at Allison. She nods. Together. They pull off a perfect combo move, Jordan's aggression, Allison's strategy, and win. The crowd goes wild. The aftermath, a moment alone. Backstage, adrenaline still buzzing, Jordan turned to Allison. We did it. He grinned. You did it. You actually trusted me. Jordan exhaled, running a hand through his hair. Yeah. I guess I did. Pause. Then Allison reached up, brushing a loose strand of hair from his forehead. You're not so bad at this teamwork thing. Jordan froze, his breath catching at her touch. Before he could respond, his phone buzzed. Titan Fury's coach. Jordan. We saw the stream. Trials are tomorrow. Don't mess this up. Chapter 4. Trials by Fire. Opening scene. The calm before the storm. The morning of Titan Fury's trials dawned gray and drizzly, the city wrapped in a soft haze. Jordan stood outside Allison's apartment building, hood pulled up against the rain, shifting his weight from foot to foot. He hadn't slept. The door swung open before he could knock. Allison blinked at him, her hair still damp from a shower, oversized sweater slipping off one shoulder. You're early. Jordan swallowed. Couldn't stay still. She studied him, the tension in his shoulders, the way his fingers flexed at his sides. Without a word, she stepped aside. Come in. Her apartment smelled like cinnamon and coffee. Jordan hovered near the doorway, suddenly hyper-aware of the intimacy of the space. The blanket tossed over the couch, the half-finished game design documents on her desk, the single mug in the sink. Allison handed him a steaming cup. Drink. You look like you're about to vibrate out of your skin. Jordan wrapped his hands around the warmth. What is it this time? More toothpaste tea. Hot chocolate, she said, rolling her eyes. With extra sugar. For nerves. He took a sip. Sweet. Comforting. Just like her. Allison leaned against the counter beside him, their arms brushing. You're going to crush it today. Jordan stared into his cup. What if I don't? She turned to face him fully, forcing him to meet her eyes. Then we try again. But you will. Her voice softened. I've seen you play, Jordan. When you stop overthinking and just feel the game, you're unstoppable. Something warm unfurled in his chest. He wanted to capture this moment. The quiet, the closeness, the way her lashes caught the light when she smiled. His fingers twitched toward hers. A loud buzz shattered the moment. Jordan's phone lit up with a notification. Trials start in 60 minutes. Allison pushed off the counter. Go. I'll be watching the stream. Jordan hesitated, then squeezed her hand. For luck. Her fingers curled around his just for a second. You don't need it. The trials, a test of trust. The Titan Fury training facility buzzed with tension. Jordan stood among 20 elite players, all vying for one spot on the roster. First challenge, blindfolded team play. Players paired up, one blindfolded, the other guiding them through a maze-like map using only voice commands. Jordan's partner froze under pressure, giving garbled directions. Jordan closed his eyes. Remembered Allison's voice. Left. Now crouch. Trust me. He repeated her words verbatim. His partner aced it. Second challenge. Role reversal. DPS players forced to heal, tanks forced to snipe. Jordan, playing support for the first time, floundered, until he recalled Allison's drills. It's not about your kills. It's about enabling theirs. He focused on his teammate, anticipating their moves before they did. The coach's eyebrows rose. Final challenge, high-stakes 5v5. Marcus was on the opposing team. Their eyes locked across the room. In mid-match, Marcus's team targeted Jordan, baiting him into overextending, just like old times. Jordan's fingers hovered over the keyboard, temptation clawing at him. Screw the plan. Go in. Then, a whisper in his memory. Together. He fell back, regrouping with his team. They won on strategy, not ego. As the session ended, the head coach pulled Jordan aside. You've got potential. But potential isn't enough. We'll call you. Jordan's stomach dropped. Not a yes. The rain-soaked confession. Jordan stepped outside to find the drizzle had turned into a downpour. He barely noticed. A familiar voice cut through the rain. So. Allison stood under a flickering street lamp, umbrella-less, her sweater soaked through. Come. Jordan stared. You're going to catch a cold. And you're avoiding the question. She stepped closer, rain dripping from her bangs. How'd it go? He exhaled. They didn't say yes. Allison's face fell. But they didn't say no. Jordan ran a hand through his wet hair. I played like a team. Felt like a team. Because of you. The rain muffled the world around them, leaving only the space between their breaths. Allison shivered. Jordan shrugged off his jacket, ruined anyway, and draped it over her shoulders. His hands lingered, brushing her collarbone. Allison, A car horn blared. They jerked apart as a black sedan pulled up, Jordan's father's driver. Mr. Kim expects you at dinner, the driver called. Jordan's jaw tightened. Tell him I'm busy. The driver didn't move. He said it's urgent. Allison tucked her hands into the jacket sleeves. Go. We'll talk later. Jordan hesitated, then squeezed her wrist. This isn't over. As the car pulled away, Allison checked her phone. A new email from the mysterious sponsor. The offer expires at midnight. Cut ties with Jordan Kim or lose your funding. Chapter 5, Crossroads. Opening scene. The family ultimatum. The Kim family's penthouse was all sharp edges and cold light. Jordan stood stiffly in the dining room, still damp from the rain, as his father sliced into his steak with surgical precision. You will withdraw from this gaming nonsense, Mr. Kim said, not looking up. The internship starts Monday. Jordan's knuckles whitened around his untouched water glass. I made it to Titan Fury's final cuts. His father finally met his eyes. To do what? Play children's games. A dismissive wave. You're Kim. Act like it. Jordan's phone buzzed. A notification from the Esports network. Breaking: Titan Fury's roster decision delayed. Insider claims, attitude concerns over top prospect. His stomach dropped. Marcus. Had to be. His father smirked, reading his expression. Even they know you're not serious. Jordan stood abruptly, chair screeching. I need air. His mother's quiet voice followed him. Your father just wants what's best. The door slammed behind him. Allison's dilemma: midnight decisions. Allison paced her apartment, chewing her thumbnail raw. The sponsor's deadline loomed. 12 hours to abandon Jordan or lose Starlight Drift's funding. Her laptop screen displayed the game's code, her father's last project before his accident. The email glared back at her. Your loyalty is admirable, Ms. Park. But sentiment won't pay your rent. She opened Jordan's contact, fingers hovering. Should I tell him? Her phone lit up first. Marcus calling. Changed your mind yet? His voice oozed faux concern. Allison's grip tightened. Why are you doing this? Pause. Then, because he doesn't deserve you. The line went dead. The rooftop meeting, sparks in the dark. Jordan didn't remember driving to Allison's building. He just found himself on the rooftop terrace, the city lights blurring through unshed tears of frustration. The door creaked open. Figured you'd be here. Allison stepped into the moonlight, clutching 2 steaming cups. She handed him one. Peppermint again. Jordan huffed a wet laugh. You and this damn tea. Shut up and drink it. She leaned beside him against the railing, their shoulders touching. "Talk to me." And he did. About the internship. About Titan Fury's delayed decision. About how his father's voice lived in his head, whispering failure before he even tried. Allison listened silently, then, "What do you want?" Jordan turned the question over like a puzzle. "I want to prove I'm more than my last name." His thumb brushed hers. "I want to win my way." The wind caught Allison's hair as she studied him. "Then do it." Jordan's gaze dropped to her lips. "What if I want more than that?" The world narrowed to the space between them. BZZT. Allison's phone vibrated violently on the railing. The sponsor's final warning. "Final offer. Accept before 12 a.m. or we sign Marcus's sister's project instead." Jordan's breath caught. "What is this?" Allison's shoulders slumped. She showed him everything. The ultimatum, Marcus's manipulation, her father's legacy slipping away. Jordan's jaw tightened. "Take the deal." Allison jerked back. "What?" "You can't lose Starlight Drift." He cupped her face, voice raw. "I won't let you sacrifice your dream for mine." Tears welled in her eyes. "Then we find another way." Their foreheads touched. The city hummed below, holding its breath. The twist, Marcus's endgame. 11:58 p.m. Marcus refreshed Allison's sponsor page obsessively. No submission. His sister leaned over his shoulder. "Told you she wouldn't drop him." Marcus's phone lit up. Jordan calling. He answered smugly, "Too late to beg." "We know you're behind the Titan Fury attitude leak," Jordan cut in. "And the fake sponsor offer." A beat. Then, Allison's voice joined, crisp on speakerphone. "Funny thing about game devs, Marcus. We track IP addresses." A screenshot flashed to Marcus's phone. Proof the sponsor emails came from his home network. Jordan's voice turned lethal. "You have until morning to retract your lies to Titan Fury. Or this goes public." The call ended. Marcus's hands shook. Chapter 6, All In. Opening scene. The morning after. Sunlight streamed through Allison's curtains, painting gold stripes across Jordan's back as he hunched over her laptop at the kitchen counter. He hadn't slept. A soft rustle came from the couch where Allison had finally dozed off, her fingers still curled around her own keyboard. They'd spent the night in silent tandem. Him drafting his rebuttal to Marcus's sabotage, her debugging Starlight Drift's corrupted files. Jordan rubbed his eyes, then froze as a notification popped up. "Titan Fury official. Decision regarding your trial status. Urgent review requested." His pulse spiked. Before he could click, a warm weight leaned against his shoulder. "Open it," Allison murmured, her sleep-rough voice sending a shiver down his spine. She rested her chin on his shoulder, her breath tickling his neck. Jordan exhaled sharply and clicked. The email that changed everything. Subject: "Welcome to Titan Fury, conditional. Your performance at trials impressed us. Especially how you handled Marcus Lee's interference. That's the kind of composure we value. However, we require all players to have a dedicated strategist/analyst. Yours must be officially registered by 5 p.m. today to secure your spot. Coach Carter." Allison stiffened behind him. "They want you to have a what?" Jordan spun in his chair, catching her wrists before she could retreat. "They want you." Her lips parted. "I'm not a professional analyst. I'm just the reason I passed." His thumbs traced her pulse points. "Say yes." Allison's gaze dropped to his mouth. "What about my game? We'll make it work. Please." The word came out ragged, too raw for someone who never begged. A beat. Then her fingers laced through his. "Okay." Jordan's breath left him in a rush. He didn't think, just leaned in. Bang bang bang. Her apartment door shuddered under furious knocking. "Jordan. Open this damn door." His father's voice. Confrontation. The father versus the future. Allison's apartment felt suddenly claustrophobic as Mr. Kim stormed in, his tailored suit at odds with the chaos of her dev setup. "You ignore my calls? Miss your internship orientation. His glare swept over the laptops, the empty energy drink cans. Allison. For this. Jordan stepped between them. Her name is Allison. And this is my job now. Mr. Kim's laugh was ice. Playing games isn't a job. Tell that to my contract. Jordan pulled up the Titan Fury offer on his phone. Salary. Benefits. More than your internship pays. A flicker of doubt in his father's eyes. Then, and when this fad dies? What then? Then I'll figure it out. Jordan held his gaze. Like you did when your father disowned you for starting the firm. Silence. Allison quietly picked up her laptop and slipped into the bedroom, giving them space. Mr. Kim's shoulders slumped slightly. You're really choosing this? Jordan didn't hesitate. I'm choosing me. His father stared at him for a long moment, then turned toward the door. Don't come crying to me when you regret this. The slam of the door echoed like a gunshot. The kiss that wasn't and then was. Jordan stood frozen, adrenaline still coursing through him. A soft click. Allison reappeared holding 2 mugs. Tea. He took one automatically, their fingers brushing. The heat grounded him. You were amazing, she said quietly. Jordan snorted. I just torched my inheritance. No, Allison stepped closer. You were you. Something in her eyes, proud, warm, alive, made his chest ache. Jordan set his mug down slowly. Allison. Jordan. A challenge. A promise. He cradled her face, giving her every chance to pull away. He didn't. When their lips met, it was soft at first. A question. Then Allison fisted her hands in his shirt, pulling him in, and the world narrowed to the taste of peppermint on her tongue, the way she sighed against his mouth like she'd been waiting forever. Jordan backed her against the counter, swallowing her gasp as her nails scraped his neck. Finally, he growled. Allison laughed breathlessly. Shut up and kiss me again. He obliged. The sabotage, Starlight Drift goes dark. 4:30 p.m. Titan Fury HQ. The euphoria lasted exactly 3 hours. Until Allison plugged in her demo for the coaches and Starlight Drift's screen glitched violently before going black. What the? She frantically tapped keys. This isn't possible. I fixed the corrupted files. Jordan's stomach dropped. Over her shoulder he spotted Marcus in the hallway, smirking. You. Jordan lunged, but Allison grabbed his arm. No. Watch. Her smile was razor-sharp as she pulled up a hidden backup file. I knew he'd try this. The game booted up perfectly with a new splash screen. Special thanks to Titan Fury for the beta testing. The coaches burst into applause. Marcus paled and fled. Chapter 7, Final Boss. Opening scene, the kiss that broke the internet. Jordan's phone exploded the second he stepped out of the shower. 37 missed calls. 128 texts. 500 plus Twitter notifications. He scrolled through the chaos, water dripping from his hair onto the screen. A grainy photo dominated his feed. Him and Allison pressed against her kitchen counter, his hands tangled in her hair, her back arched into him. Caption. Titan Fury's new power couple? Analyst Allison Park seen very close to rookie Jordan Kim eyes #esports drama. Jordan's stomach dropped. Oh shit. The fallout? Love in the public eye. Allison's cafe table became a war zone. They're calling you a distraction, her friend Mia hissed, shoving her phone across the table. A forum thread scrolled endlessly. Titan Fury fan 99. She's gonna get him kicked off the team. Void King for life. Nah, she's his good luck charm. Marcus Lee stan. Fake relationship for clout. Allison sipped her tea, feigning calm. Ignore them. Mia gaped. Your face is trending in 3 countries. Jordan slid into the seat beside Allison, his knee pressing against hers under the table. Coach says we have 2 options. He flipped his phone around, a PR email. 1. Deny the relationship, just close friends. 2. Go public officially, and risk every loss being blamed on distractions. Allison's fingers tightened around her cup. What do you want? Jordan didn't hesitate. He grabbed her hand, lifted it to his lips and kissed her knuckles. right as a camera flashed across the cafe. Option 2, he said, grinning against her skin. The tournament, proving them wrong. The championship arena buzzed with 15,000 fans, all here to see one thing. Would Jordan and Allison crack under pressure? Pre-game trash talk. Marcus leaned into Jordan's ear during warm-ups. Hope she's worth throwing your career for. Jordan smirked. Watch and learn. Match 1 blind pick. Allison's strategy. Sacrifice Jordan's early game to power up their rookie teammate. A result. Their underdog gets a triple kill. When. Match 2 high stakes. The opposition's move. Camp Allison's support character, knowing Jordan would break formation to save her. But what actually happened? Jordan let them target her, while their team took the objective. Allison's sacrifice play won the game. Post-match interview. The reporter smirked. Jordan, fans say you play differently with Allison watching. Care to comment? Jordan grabbed the mic. Yeah. I play better. He pointed to the Jumbotron replay, freeze-framed on Allison's proud smile from the analyst booth. That's why we're winning. The crowd roared. The trap, Marcus's last stand. After-party VIP lounge. Allison excused herself to the restroom, only to be cornered by Marcus's sister, Elise. I'm sorry about my brother, Elise blurted, shoving a USB drive into Allison's hand. He's rigged the finals. This proves it. Allison's blood ran cold. Why help us? Elise smiled faintly. I liked Starlight Drift. And you look at Jordan the way I wish someone would look at me. Before Allison could respond, Marcus appeared, yanking his sister away. His eyes locked onto the USB. You bitch. Jordan materialized, shoving Marcus against the wall. Touch her and I end you. Security swarmed in. The USB's contents? Proof. Marcus bribed referees to overlook his team's cheating in the finals. The aftermath, victory lap. 3M, rooftop of Titan Fury. Jordan sprawled on a picnic blanket, Allison's head pillowed on his chest. The city lights blurred below them. We did it, she murmured. He kissed her hair. Not yet. Finals are tomorrow. Allison sat up, straddling his waist, her hands framing his face. I meant this. She kissed him slowly, pouring every unsaid word into it. Jordan flipped them, pinning her wrists gently. When we win tomorrow, he whispered against her lips, I'm telling the world you're mine. Allison laughed, breathless. Pretty sure they already know. Chapter 8, Legacy. Final chapter. Opening scene, the championship finals. The roar of the crowd vibrated through Jordan's bones as he adjusted his headset. The Global Esports Championship finals stretched before him. Best of 5 matches, winner takes all. On the massive Jumbotron above, the camera cut to Allison in the analyst booth, her fingers flying across her tablet as she relayed last-second strategy notes to the team. Jordan's teammate nudged him. Dude, stop making heart eyes at your girlfriend. Focus. He smirked. She is my focus. The screen flashed. Match 1, begin. The game of a lifetime. Match 1. Allison's Gambit. A risky lane swap that left Jordan vulnerable early. A result. Their opponents overcommit to killing him, freeing their rookie to secure 2 objectives. Win. Match 2. The counterplay. Enemy team banned out Allison's signature picks, forcing her to improvise. Jordan's moment. He locked in Void King, his original solo queue monster. The crowd erupted. Allison's whisper through comms, show them why you're the best. He did. 18 kills. Win. Match 3. A disaster strikes. Their opponent's star player pulled off a move no one had seen before. A strategy lifted directly from Allison's private playbook. Jordan's hands froze. How? The answer sat in the front row. Marcus grinning smugly beside Jordan's father. Loss. The betrayal, family versus future. Backstage. Jordan stormed into the green room to find his father sipping champagne with Marcus. You gave him her notes? Jordan's voice was lethally quiet. Mr. Kim set down his glass. I invested in his team. Business is business. The world narrowed to red. Jordan grabbed his father's wrist. You ruined my first tournament when I was 15. Not this time. His father's mask slipped, just for a second, revealing something like pride. Then fight back. A knock. Allison stood in the doorway, her face pale but determined. We have 6 minutes. New plan. The comeback, love as a strategy. Match 4. Allison's move. She abandoned conventional tactics entirely. The play. Jordan feigned a retreat, luring the enemy into a trap she'd coded into Starlight Drift months ago. A move no pro had ever seen. A result. Perfect team wipe. Win. Match 5. The decider. The final moment. Jordan's health bar flashed red. 1 hit away from death. Allison's voice. Now. He leaped, not towards safety but deeper into danger, and unleashed Void King's ultimate ability. Directly onto the hidden objective she'd told him to memorize. The game-winning explosion lit up the screen. Champions. The confession, live on stage. Confetti rained down as Jordan lifted the trophy. The interviewer shoved a mic in his face. Jordan Kim. What's next for you and Titan Fury? Jordan turned, not to the cameras but to Allison, pulling her onto the stage beside him. This. He dropped to one knee. The crowd screamed. Allison's hands flew to her mouth. Jordan grinned. Not that. He yanked her down into a searing kiss instead, whispering against her lips. I'll save the proposal for when we win Worlds. The audience lost their minds. Epilogue. 1 year later. World Championship Finals, Seoul. Jordan lifted a second trophy, Allison's analyst badge gleaming under the lights. Mr. Kim watched from the VIP box, next to Allison's mother, who clutched a signed copy of Starlight Drift's successful sequel. Marcus, now a commentator, grudgingly admitted, they're the best duo in esports history. That night, in their shared apartment, Jordan traced the team logo tattooed over his heart, the one Allison had designed. Ready for next season? She murmured, curled against him. He kissed her forehead. As long as you're calling the plays. Bonus chapter, Player 2, Wedding Special. Opening scene, the guest list war. Allison stared at the holographic seating chart hovering above her tablet, a vein throbbing in her temple. Your father wants to invite how many business partners? Jordan flopped onto their couch, narrowly avoiding her meticulously organized RSVP cards. Only 60. He says it's networking. This isn't a corporate merger, she hissed, flicking a stray popcorn kernel at him. It's our wedding. Jordan caught it in his mouth and grinned. Compromise. We live stream it, call it DLC content, and charge admission. Allison's glare could have melted steel. I'm eloping. Dress fitting, with a twist. The bridal boutique staff gaped as Allison stomped out of the dressing room in a gown with hidden pockets. For snacks, she declared, pulling out a protein bar. And my Switch. Her maid of honor, Mia, facepalmed. You can't game during your vows. Allison smirked. Watch me. Meanwhile, across town, Jordan's tux fitting devolved into chaos when Titan Fury's entire roster showed up uninvited. Teammate number 1. Dude, your bow tie's crooked. Teammate number 2. Wait, are you actually wearing dress shoes? I brought your Void King sneakers. Coach Carter. Kim. If you stream this, I'm benching you. The Bachelor, at Parties, Competitive Edition. Allison's night. A LAN party at her indie dev studio. Custom Starlight Drift levels where guest had to rescue the bride. Marcus's sister Elise got drunk and cried, I'm sorry my brother hacked your game that one time. Jordan's night. A high-stakes poker tournament at his penthouse. His father unexpectedly showed up, lost spectacularly and muttered, maybe gaming is a skill. Ended with Jordan sneaking out at 3 a.m. to leave a coffee and painkillers on Allison's doorstep with a post-it, don't kill me tomorrow. The wedding day, glitches and all. Ceremony start time, 4 p.m. Actual start time, 4:23 p.m. Because Jordan's stylist accidentally glued his headset to his hair. The processional. The string quartet played the Starlight Drift main theme instead of Pachelbel's canon. Jordan's esports rivals formed an impromptu guard of honor with controllers instead of swords. Allison's dress pockets did come in handy when she pulled out a power bank to revive the dying Mike. The vows. Jordan, I vow to always share the loot drops, and my last slice of pizza. Allison, I vow not to rage quit when you snore. But I reserve the right to elbow you. This. Technical difficulty. Jordan's augmented reality wedding ring glitched, projecting a giant pixelated heart over the crowd. Allison yanked him down by his tie to bypass the lag. The reception. Level complete. First dance. A waltz remix of Jordan's old victory theme. Ended with Allison dipping him as the crowd roared. The cake. A 3D printed replica of Titan Fury's championship trophy. Inside. Jordan's childhood gaming console preserved in resin. So you never forget where you started, Allison whispered. The surprise. Jordan hijacked the DJ booth to play Allison's late father's favorite song, a Korean ballad from the 90s. She ugly cried into his shoulder. You researched that? He kissed her forehead. I play to win. Epilogue, Player 2 Forever. 1 year later, Team House. Jordan groaned as Allison stole the blankets and the last chicken wing. Remind me why I married you again? He kicked him under the covers. Because I'm the only one who can beat your high score. His laughter shook the bed as he pulled her closer. Game over. You win. The real end.